Hi everyone, welcome back to another picture from our Ivy page. As you can see, we're sort of just a bit past halfway through. We've still got lots of lovely flowers to colour, and we've got 2 leaves in a row for the next couple of days, so I'm trying to think of some different ways to show you how to do leaves, and I have a little plan for this one, which is good. So I'm going to zoom in as closely as I can without it going blurred. I think we're okay. I'm using my Castle Art Soft Touch. I'll just show you the set just as a reminder. Sorry for my hand across. So Castle Art's the Soft Touch 72 with the sort of horse unicorn, sorry, on the tin. You can use any pencils. You have to use these. These are just the ones that I've chosen for this page. Okay, now this leaf we're going to do with a bit of sage green and a bit of pink. So I'm calling it sage green. There isn't a sage green in the Castle Art set. The Terra Verde is this sort of grey green. We have used it for a previous leaf, but I'll show you a slightly different way. So I am going to do the whole leaf in a really gentle layer, light layer of the Terra Verde to start with. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with a few other colours. So it's not going to look like the other one we did in grey greens, but it just starts with the same base colour really. I hope you're all well. I hope you're enjoying this this page. I really am. I have an idea for the next page that I'm going to do with you, and for the one after. But there's so many ideas going on in my head, which is really lovely. I'm just picking my next colour, trying to find, I tend to do this combo with polychromos, and this, for this green I would use the, is it called sage green? There's a grey green, no, memory's gone, haven't got them here to check. And I'm going to use the Indian Red Light with this. You'll see it's very sunny in here. I'm just going to put my lamp on. I think it's just going to create a slightly warmer light, but the sun's going to move around. I'm going to have to close the blind. And what I'm going to do is do a little bit of a pink tip to our leaf. I rather like it a pink together with this grey green. And it's just a little bit like that. Now I'm wondering whether to do a little bit under each of these lines. I think I will, just a touch, really light. We don't want it looking really reddy pink. Now when I do this with polychromos, I use the red violet for this colour. But someone did ask me if I could give the numbers, but I'm sorry, I haven't got them here, or my little book. I'm still getting myself a little bit more organised in this new space. Now I want a darker green, and then I'm going to go back over with the Terra Verde. I think there is a Terra Verde Deep that exists within Castle Art, so I have a feeling, but I don't have it. I'm just looking at what I do have. I think the Viridian is going to be the best choice. Oops, I can't get hold of it though. Out of my set, and I'm going to do a little, I'm going to start with the stem, do a little there, just fade it up like that, and I'm going to do this at the bottom of each little section. I'm going to do quite a bit down here at the base of it, and then fade it out by doing a little circular motion and reducing my pressure to mix it in, and the same here. So all the way along, and then a bit less as we go across. I'm going to use that on the bottom of each of these where Johanna's drawn us this line to give us a bit of guidance. So we can just use that. It looks a little bit odd at the moment, I totally agree. As you're going, huh? This looks strange. It should be able, we should be able to pull it all together at the end with the Terra Verde. Verde? I'm not sure. Maybe it depends if you're French or English. I don't know. I've just been watching an amazing artist on YouTube. She was recommended to me. Can't remember her name. Really good start. Lizzie someone. And she does, back to our Terra Verde, and you'll see. I'm just going to go over the green areas and start to blend it together. Because this very pale base, we can make it a little darker now. I want to fade it so that it's darker at the bottom and lighter at the top where we've got this pink, but I don't want much paper showing, but I don't want it any darker than that. So we've still got a bit of dotty bit where we can see white paper. I'm going to go over that with something else at the end. So I'm just going to, I don't want to make the colour too deep, so you'll see. Anyway, she did pencil and pen and ink drawings and then watercolour. But now I'm not a watercolour artist, but what was very interesting was she was sharing hints on how to colour. Her art is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but she was sharing hints on how to sort of do white flowers and things like that, which was really useful because I just have no clue. And you can transfer that across to pencil. So basically doing a background behind so that you know, they stand out, which makes sense. And then doing some very pale shading with, say, a blue is what she used, but she was copying an actual flower, and it was a beautiful picture that she was doing. But I didn't find her very relaxing, I have to say. She did something wrong and she shouted and got all worried. Now obviously when you're working with paint, if you make a mistake you have to very quickly blot it or else it's there forever. You don't have that with pencil. If you make a mistake you can erase it. Even if I waited and erased it tomorrow, it wouldn't matter. I'm just looking for the colour that I want to finish this off. I think what I really want is a white. I could try the Castle white, but I don't think it works. But we'll try it. So this is the titanium white, and I want this to all come together but not get darker. So if I add white, it might do that. It's doing a little bit, but I think my Prisma white might work better. I've got a Prismacolor white here. I bought a few because for this exact reason. I don't like that end on there. Oh, it's a dog. But you see how much quicker that is and how much smoother that is. I don't know how well you can see. I'm just going to sharpen this. I bought it cheap because the end was broken like that, but I'm hoping I need to go and sharpen it with my other sharpener really. I just use it like this because I don't want to stop the video and go through and sharpen it because I get confused in editing if I have too many cuts in my videos. I have to try and remember which bit goes with which because I'm making a batch of videos today. I don't want to get myself confused. I'm getting a little bit ahead so that I can take a bit of time off for my birthday, which will be nice. I've got a plan for my birthday which I shall share with you. I'm going to use a blender to finish that off because I don't want it any whiter. I've got so many blenders I don't know which to choose. I'm going to try the Caran d'Ache. The Caran d'Ache blender doesn't work on every, I'm just going to make sure it's clean. There we go. Doesn't work on every brand of pencil, which is interesting. I find it's not really working. Let's try the Staedtler. I find the Staedtler's better. It's cheaper. It seems to work better. So Staedtler blender. There may not be any blending to do because of the white being here. It's quite rough and scratchy, this blender. Can you hear it? I'm not very keen on that sound to say, but I think it's working. Yeah, on my birthday, I've got a son home who will be studying. Probably, I assume he'll have work to do. So I can't really do very much. I can't do anything noisy or anything. So I thought that I'm going to be getting my new Prismas, which is exciting. Right, let's just get out a brush, a proper brush. Right, the pink for me is in too much of a line across each of these bits, and I just want to gently mix it in like I have here, and I brought it sort of down like that. To do the same thing here, just add a very light lower layer just to sort of blend it in a bit. So what I thought I would do to get a really good grasp of my Prismas was to follow a Chris Cheng tutorial. Now I've got a copy of Magical Jungle which is all tutorials. I decided that I would just get a book and do all tutorials in it. And I have done some Chris Cheng's in there using, I'm just going to go back in with my Viridian and darken up. I'm just being a bit fussy now, darken up a few areas. So I've done a few Chris Cheng's already in there, quite a few actually. I'm just going to go along the edge of here. No, I want to go along the edge of the stem and I end up colouring on the stem. Let's just raise that back. There we go. Just to raise this nicely. Be a little bit more careful. Hang on, I'll stop talking. There we go. So I've done a few Chris Cheng tutorials. There we go. In the book using polychromos and my sort of limited stock of Prismas. I sort of bought all the greens and a few other ones that I thought were colours that I didn't really have in other sets, some of the purples and pinks and things. But, you know, I've got nothing like a full quota. So I've now got my full set coming, so I thought it would be fun to follow a tutorial of the full set. Now Chris Cheng is taxing. It's going to be a taxing day. I find I have to watch, pause, wind back, watch, pause. I don't know if you're the same. And it can be tricky but fun, and the results are super stunning. So I'm looking forward to it, but I know it's going to be challenging. Right, I think that is done now. I'm happy with that leaf, how it's come out. So as you can see, it's a little bit pinky purpley, which some leaves are. It may just be, I'm gonna just erase that little bit of pink there. It may just be something way out of my imagination, but I think it's just a different way of doing them and quite fun. So I hope that was okay. Thank you very much for watching. Do enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.